What if the biggest risk to your career isn't failure? What if it's becoming predictable? Most people think job security comes from experience, doing the same work well, following the system, becoming reliable. And for a while, that works. Consider the seasoned accountant who meticulously balances ledgers by hand, or the factory worker who perfected a single task over decades. Their expertise was once their shield, or the journalist who mastered print media, believing their craft was timeless. Their deep knowledge and consistent performance were highly valued. Think of the legal secretary who knew every nuance of paper filing, or the travel agent who could book the most intricate itineraries. These roles were built on a foundation of consistent, repeatable tasks. But modern work changes fast. Technology changes, industries change, expectations change, and people who only repeat what already works slowly stop evolving with it. They become masters of a fading craft, like a blacksmith in the age of automation or a travel agent in the era of online booking. Their once valuable skills become less relevant, and their perceived reliability transforms into rigidity. The legal secretary who never learned digital document management, or the journalist who resisted online content creation, found their expertise becoming a liability, because staying comfortable can quietly make people replaceable. Not immediately, gradually. You stop taking risks, stop learning beyond your role, stop adapting. Think of the retail manager who insists on traditional brick-and-mortar strategies while online sales explode, or the software engineer who refuses to learn new languages. They might be good at what they do, but their comfort zone becomes a cage. Or the marketing professional who relies solely on traditional advertising, ignoring the rise of digital campaigns and social media. Their impact diminishes compared to those embracing new channels. Consider the administrative assistant who resisted new productivity software, or the sales representative who stuck to cold calls. Their comfort in the familiar slowly eroded their competitive edge, and eventually, your value becomes predictable. You become a known quantity, easily categorized. In a rapidly changing landscape, easily overlooked for new opportunities or even replaced by someone more agile. Kodak once dominated photography. But when digital cameras started growing, they hesitated. Not because they lacked intelligence. They actually invented the first digital camera. But because the old system still felt safe. Their entire business model was built on film and chemical processing. Innovating meant disrupting their own cash cow, a risk they were unwilling to take. And while they stayed attached to what already worked, the industry changed around them. They became a cautionary tale, not because they failed to see the future, but because they were too comfortable with their past success. Another example, Blockbuster. They had the market cornered on video rentals. But when Netflix offered convenience and a subscription model, Blockbuster clung to late fees and physical stores. Their predictability led to their demise. Consider also the taxi industry. For decades, it operated on a predictable model. Then ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft emerged, offering convenience and competitive pricing. Many taxi companies, comfortable in their established ways, resisted adaptation, leading to significant decline and struggle. Even in the tech world, companies like Nokia, once a mobile phone giant, failed to adapt quickly enough to the smartphone revolution. Clinging to their Symbian operating system while iOS and Android soared. Their comfort with their established market share blinded them to the need for radical change. What if the real danger isn't being bad at your job, but becoming too comfortable in it? The brain prefers familiarity. Predictability feels safe, so people repeat what already works, instead of risking uncertainty. It's why we stick to the same commute, the same lunch, the same methods, even when more efficient options exist. The unknown triggers a primal fear, a natural human aversion to the unfamiliar. This comfort bias can manifest as procrastination on learning new software, avoiding cross-functional projects, or sticking to outdated processes. We rationalize it by saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in a dynamic environment, Not broken today can be obsolete tomorrow. But modern work rewards adaptation more than comfort. And the longer someone avoids change, the harder it becomes to evolve later. It's like a muscle. The less you use it, the weaker it gets. The longer you avoid learning new skills, the more daunting it becomes to switch. This creates a vicious cycle where comfort breeds more comfort, making the eventual need for change even more painful and difficult. The initial discomfort of learning a new skill pales in comparison to the long-term pain of being left behind. Subscribe to Daily Reset Lab if you want to understand the psychology behind modern work and pressure. As Jeff Bezos said, "What's dangerous is not to evolve." He built Amazon by constantly disrupting its own business, moving from books to everything, then to cloud computing. Revitalizing a tech giant that many thought had peaked. So the issue isn't technology alone. It's expecting stability from a world that constantly changes. Because careers don't become fragile overnight. They become fragile through slow comfort. It's the gradual erosion of relevance, not a sudden collapse. It's the quiet accumulation of missed opportunities to learn and grow, like a slow leak that eventually deflates a tire. This comfort creates a false sense of security, masking the underlying fragility. It's the subtle shift from being a proactive contributor to a reactive maintainer, slowly losing influence and impact. The shift is not to panic about the future. It's to notice where comfort has quietly replaced growth. One small shift. Pay attention to the skills or challenges you keep avoiding because they feel unfamiliar. Is it public speaking? Learning a new data analysis tool? Collaborating with a different department? Perhaps it's understanding AI or mastering a new communication style. Maybe it's taking on a project outside your core expertise, networking with people in different industries, or even just reading articles about emerging trends that seem irrelevant to your current role. Start small. Dedicate 30 minutes a week to exploring that uncomfortable area. Read an article, watch a tutorial, or simply ask a colleague about it. These small, consistent acts of discomfort are the antidote to career predictability. They are micro-adaptations that build your resilience and keep your career evolving. If this made you see your career differently, subscribe to Daily Reset Lab for more perspective like this. Or watch, you're waiting to feel ready, and it's keeping you stuck at work.